I'm meteorologist Hemlock City. It's Weather Madness time for this Tuesday. We're nearing the time of Florence to impact the United States, and there's still some questions on uh, it's stalling around and looping and where exactly it goes on its end game. I think it's pretty clear at this point that it is going to hit the North Carolina coast somewhere from the Outer Banks down to Wilmington, North Carolina, maybe as far south as Myrtle Beach. It's going to come in as a major hurricane 3 or 4 when it does come in, and there's going to be significant damage from the wind, and then there's going to be the rainfall, which is going to be, measured in feet. But the end game part of it is still tough. The models are really struggling um, what to do with the ridge building over it and how to move it once it does make landfall or even before it gets to the coast. GFS remains bullish on bringing it up and looping it off the Outer Banks. The European model plows it in, but then kind of stalls it down, then takes it out into the Ohio Valley. So there's still a lot of questions on that. All right. Uh, People in evacuation zones pretty much you got to get out. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I think the storm chasers are idiots that are going to go down in there and try to get in the eye. I think they're taking their life in their hands when they do that kind of stuff. I don't think they've learned too well from previous deaths of storm chasers um, you know, who've passed away over the years chasing storms. So I don't think it's a great idea you go running around inside that. You know what I mean? But you know what? They're going to do it because it's all about money. That's what it comes down to. But it's your life, not mine. Anyway, so here's Florence out here, big storm. Could get a Category 5 before it goes back to a Category 3 or 4 before it makes landfall. I think the window of opportunity for that small window right in here for the next 24 hours, north of this line, basically, I've never seen a Category 5 north of that line. So, I think the window of opportunity is really small for doing it. Helene's going to go out here. Isaac's going this way. This one could develop and impact Texas in a few days as well. So, a lot going on in the tropics. The tropics is a very busy place. We also have stuff going on out in the Pacific. All right, here you go. There's Florence there. Developed eye in there. A little dry air got wrapped in. It does go through its eye wall replacement cycle, so you will see fluctuations in intensity over the next day or so as it does go through that cycle of eye wall replacement. And again, this is a system that's going to head over toward the Gulf of Mexico. This is actually helping to build a ridge here. All right, and you kind of see the cloud motion. You know, always kind of look at these cloud motions things. You can kind of see these cloud motions going this way, and this one's going like this. So you can see Florence has got a window going right in through there. Okay, and the other systems out here look really well developed as well. Okay, let's see here. The official. I'm going to go down to the official. The official NHC. They're struggling too. I read their discussion this morning, and they're having trouble with the end game as well. They're kind of bringing it in north of Wilmington now. They switched it. They switched the track a little bit, kind of between the GFS and European, and then they kind of stall it down as it rides through North Carolina. So they're kind of struggling too with the end game of Florence. And if you look at the models, this was the 60 models. It kind of brings it in. You can see some have a looping going on over here. Some take it down this way. Some keep it going straight. And then the other set of models, bring it in. Some looping it out here and then bring it in. And then it goes up into Pennsylvania. I'll tell you one thing. I really don't like that black line. We just got done with 3 to 7 inches of rain up here. I mean, it's flooded everywhere up here. I mean, if we get any of this rain from Florence, we're doomed. I mean, I fought yesterday keeping the rainwater out, and I just hoping Florence doesn't come up here. It's just too wet and soggy up here for any kind of rains from Florence. Let's see here real quickly. This is the GFS model, 135 mile an hour winds along the coast. And gusts, it's just devastating. And then This has 148 at landfall. So the European model is 148 landfall Wilmington. Again, this is why I'm urging the storm chasers, don't go running around this. This is like an EF3 tornado. Okay, this is kind of winds that just rip buildings apart and everything else. And if you're an idiot to go down in there and want to get that great shot of the eye coming in, you're taking your life in your hand. Seriously. And I'm hoping the police and emergency managers keep them out, because I do not want to see on the news, oh, this storm chaser got killed running into the storm. They got to respect the weather, and especially a big storm like this. Rainfall wise, this is the European model, 46 inches of rain over Wilmington, North Carolina. Wilmington's just gonna, if everything comes together in Wilmington, it's gonna be devastated, man. I tell you, these poor folks down there. But the European goes out this way, okay, and then the GFS kind of keeps the heaviest rains over here and kind of goes in this direction. And this is the total GFS rainfall. You can see comes in and then takes it up the Appalachians and on out, okay, which I don't want to see because that affects my house. So right now, over the next couple days, the issue is going to be where exactly is it going to go, in terms of, is it going to just plow in the coast and then stop, or is it going to continue in and just kind of go around as the ridge builds? Problem is, you got this ridge building in over top, you got this system coming out through here, and then you got this thing in the Gulf of Mexico. So this thing, so Florence is kind of like going to be stuck in this sort of hole, and it's going to try to get out and escape. Eventually, the trough's going to come through, pick it up, and take it on out, okay, to the northeast. Eventually that will happen, but how long does it stay locked in down in here, raining out and causing flooding? That's going to be the really big problem after we get done with all the wind damage. Is going to be the flooding. Just tremendous amounts of rain going to be pouring out all over the place down there. So there's a lot of issues yet to go with this storm. I don't think it's clear cut that this thing's just going to barrel right in and just keep on going. I think it comes in and there's going to be some stalling, and there's going to be all kinds of stuff. So, I don't think anybody has the answers today. It's my opinion. All right. And the only answer I have today is stay the heck out where this thing goes. That's all I got to say. All right. I'm meteorologist in America City.